welcome to episode 14 of Shooting the Shits podcast. I'm your host, Matthias. This is your other host.
Little man right over here. Let me get a little comfortable. Sorry, boss.
Don't call me boss. I'm also going to get comfortable.
Gotta get my pen out, you feel me?
Damn, you hear that whole rumble of like
Facts!
of the audio. I'm not used to this.
Oh,
That
right.
was loud.
Yeah, these are loud, bro.
No, you're fucking loud.
Oh, sorry, brother.
No, it's okay. I love it.
It's a little too late right now, but anyways, welcome
7:33.
back.
No
Yeah.
bullshit.
Is it? Yo, so I was about to get into the conversation, but
No,
welcome
go
back,
ahead.
episode number 14. Today, we got a little bit of a list. We kind of did a little brainstorming of random scenarios that we've seen throughout social media, in general, in the news, out there in public. We're kind of going to go through...
It's definitely not modern time either. It's kind of
Nah,
just like
it's
things
all
we've seen.
switched. You know what I mean? It's so many different scenarios, situations,
So many
whatever.
different questions as well.
Yeah, it's going to vary a lot.
It's almost as if like you were smoking a joint with your boys and you're just going off of different topics one after the other.
Exactly.
Only difference is we already jotted them down instead
Yep.
of just
So we're going to go through the list, ask a question, see what we feel about, what's our answers, and we're both going to respond to each other about how we feel about it. What we would do, what we would do different.
in our opinions, in our hot takes.
Yep, of these situations.
And
That's
we
kind of
are
today's
stupid,
episode.
so don't take anything serious because we are not
Please.
taking ourselves serious.
Exactly.
You want to? Is there anything you want to get before the questions, or are you good?
Nah, I think we're good, brother. Let's get straight
Okay.
into it, brother.
All right. Number one was, how do you feel? What is your opinions and your thoughts and feelings of shootings in general, gang related, or simply acts of violence? Because you know that's pretty goddamn common in our time of age now.
Especially now, bro, for real.
That is like everywhere, every city.
Nah, definitely. It really is. It's kind of sad, though, real shit.
It is.
My take, though, I'm going to give you a little story. Like, me growing up, I wouldn't say I grew up around violence, but I grew up around, gangbangers, members and shit like that. So I had a little bit of that street knowledge, you know what I mean? Even back in my day, I was in the game, you know what I mean, of, like, selling drugs and shit. But that was back then, you know what I mean? I'm a changed man. Let's clarify that. I'm a changed man.
Would you start?
Start what?
How old are you?
Oh, when did I start, you said?
Yeah, how
Oh, I
old
just said would I start.
Oh no.
When I started, I made my first play probably around 14 years old.
And when did you stop?
I'd say maybe around 19
How old are you now?
years old, 23.
So what? 20, 21, 22, 4 years.
Been about 4 years sober,
4 years sober.
basically of that life. But the main thing is that, like, a lot of you probably don't know if you wasn't in the game, but it's not a fun game to be in. It is fun for the money, for the time being. You're having fun. You're doing your things, but even at a young age, you're able to enjoy your money with your boys. You're the only ones with money. You know what I mean? So we're all going out getting food, whatever, enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, plays could go wrong. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might get jumped. I've gotten jumped by myself for making a play of, like, I think it was a couple ounces. It was like maybe like almost $200 around there, and I got jumped for that shit. So by violence, I had to get my get back. You know what I mean? So I ended up hitting my boys up. I told them what happened, what went down. They came through. I thought he was going to come solo, you know what I mean, by himself, just me and him hunting this motherfucker down. He ends up coming out with,
Who,
like,
your boy?
yeah.
Okay.
He ends up coming down with like 5-6 other motherfuckers, all on bikes.
So your boy brought 5 or 6 other motherfuckers.
Yeah, his
Okay,
boys was
okay.
like, yo, they jumped my
My N-word.
yeah, you know what I mean? And they were like, all right, we're on the way. So they all met up on my crib. They were like, yo, we outside, let's go. I got my bike.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got my bike.
How did that feel though? When you looked out and you see like him and like a whole other bunch of motherfuckers. What was like your first thought in your head, or did you even have a thought?
I smiled. I looked outside because, like I said, I was only expecting him. And he was like, yo, we're outside. I'm like, we're outside.
Yeah.
I thought it was just you. So I come down, and it's just him and the whole squad was just all motherfuckers
And you were
on
just
bikes.
like, word?
Yeah, I was just like, where? I'm like, oh, we gonna get a get back.
Okay.
So I get on my bike. We go out riding around
How
to
old
the
are
city.
you? How old are you?
That time I was probably like 16.
What time are you guys rolling out right now?
It was still sun was out. It was kind of like summer day. So I say maybe like 5, 6 p.m. around there. Because it was after school.
Okay.
I mean, a little after school.
All right.
So it was around there. We ended up going biking around. And we ended up catching this motherfucker by Union Street.
Okay.
Right? It's him and the same boy that jumped me and shit.
Okay.
They're walking
You
by
got jumped
Union-
by 2?
What happened?
You got
Yeah,
jumped
by
by 2?
two. Yeah,
Okay.
by 2 motherfuckers. And we see him on Union Street. We pull up on the motherfuckers. Bro, my boy, the first thing he does, he was the first one to swing, bro. The motherfucker ran. Well, we was riding the bikes. He jumped off his shit and just swung at that motherfucker.
How did
straight
they
in the
look?
back.
All right. How did those 2 guys look, and then how do you guys look? Like, what is their build?
They were tall. They were like
6 foot, 5'5"?
Around, I said like 5'10", you know what I mean? Like
5'10"?
5'10s, yeah, around there. Pretty, a lot
Okay.
taller than me at that age, because I was like maybe like 5'2", you know what I mean?
Okay.
Around there. So a motherfucker took him down. And then
And
after
how big
that,
is your boy? Like, what's?
he was, I say he was probably like 5'6", 5'7", but he was bulked, you know what I mean? He was pretty,
Okay.
he was pretty
Okay.
thick.
He was a
And he knew how to
chode.
fight, yeah. He grew up fighting, you know what I mean? Boxing and shit. So he was a banger as
Okay.
well. So he knew how to fight. He knew how to throw hands. If he was in a fight, I want that motherfucker by my side type
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
And so he was the first one there. And after that, I went for the other motherfucker. I tackled him. And there really wasn't
Like
much.
full blown. Boom.
Yeah,
like,
from the
okay,
back, yeah.
Okay.
Because once he
From
noticed
the
that,
back, he was running.
like, nah, like side backish. Because like
Okay.
his boy, so he was on the right side. His boy was on the left. My boy knocked the guy on the left side, which was the main one
Okay.
that I was talking to about to play,
Okay.
right? So he knocked him down, but his boy, when he turned around, that's when I just boom, grabbed him,
He
picked him
looked
up.
at his boy getting beat. And
Yeah,
then you
he
said,
was, like,
and then
caught
you
by
thought before
surprise.
you would get him, before he went to him, you would get to him.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
picked him up, grabbed him, and then once I grabbed him on the ground, it was just all the other boys were just fucking stomping on that motherfucker right there, out in the middle of fucking Union Street, but motherfuckers staring and shit. So we had to do it quick because we wasn't trying to be a hot, right?
That's funny.
So we was all just kicking the motherfuckers, bro, punching the motherfuckers. My knuckles got a little bruised because I was going ham on that bitch, and so we ended up kind of robbing them somewhat, like taking what was in their pockets, you know what I mean? Saying they still have,
Allegedly.
yeah, allegedly, you know, trying to see what's up over there. And that motherfucker had a 6-inch knife on him. Luckily, he didn't use it on me, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But he had it on him that same day. So we grabbed that, and then also shit he grabbed from me as well. We
Okay,
took.
he still had it on.
He still had it on him, yeah. So, because it was like 10, 15 minutes right after that shit happened. I went to my crib. I
so
made it.
you
It was
got
right after.
same day.
Right, yeah, same day.
So
right.
you got how bad did you get fucked up when you got jumped? Like how bad would you say like you looked or how you felt? Or
Face, not really much. It was more my body.
so they hit
like,
you more in your body.
Yeah, my
and
torso
so like
shit
your
was
body
kind of
hurt more than
sore.
like your actual face.
Yeah, exactly. But it was that
Your
same
boy
day.
pulled up with 5 to 6 other motherfuckers in like 15 to 20 minutes same day.
Same day.
That's crazy.
Cause he was
That's
he
low
didn't
key
live
like
that
Avengers
far.
Assemble.
Nah, real life.
No,
yeah,
real shit. That's Avengers
deadass,
because
yeah.
you called him, then he called everyone else. That's Avengers
Yeah,
Assemble.
basically, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, you can say that for sure.
Nah, this motherfucker called all the 7 deadly sins.
Literally all the 7
That's
deadly sins to
crazy.
whip
He
some
called the
fucking ass,
Hashiras.
brother. Yo, it was
Yo,
a fucking meeting, bro.
That's
You know what I mean?
crazy.
A meeting of these motherfuckers, bro. And yeah, so we got our lick back. We ended up going out, and then after that, it was just.
How did
it
they
was
look?
just done. I don't know, bro.
Was they just
pretty
on,
fucked
when
up? They
you
were
guys
just on
were
the ground.
When you guys were going, they was just laid on not moving.
Yeah, they were
afterwards?
kind of
Okay.
like hunching themselves, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Trying to get up and shit. But we was already out because we was on bikes, like I said, so we was out the opposite way. We
That's
was quick.
funny.
We did our shit, got our back, a lick back, and bounced to the crib. And I just dapped everyone up. I was like, yo, I appreciate y'all coming out like that, coming through and shit like that.
Do you still
bro.
talk to those people?
Nah, it's been a while. It's been a
Damn.
while. Yeah. The main one, he moved. He moved down to Texas.
Damn.
Yeah, so we don't communicate no more.
Invite him to the clan.
He don't play, bro. He don't play, bro. He don't
Slacking.
play. But it's kind of getting off topic with that story. But violence, I kind of only condone it if it's done to you. Like, for example, what I think is kind of stupid is like when youngins nowadays, if they got beef, they resort to fucking shooting or stabbing. Back in my
Are you
day,
talking about like middle school kids like fighting?
yeah, in general and shit like that, or just you know, young kids in general. When they get into a fight or whatever, or beef, they always resort to some type of violence, a weapon.
Oh, would you say not violence, deadly violence? Rather,
Yeah,
because
exactly,
I'd say
yeah.
fighting is violence.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
regardless.
But deadly violence, you know what I mean? That's what's kind of stupid to me. Like back in the day, growing up, you know, it's like you got beef with someone. All right, we'll go after school. We handle that. Dukes only. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Put your hands up. That's it.
I'm not
we
gonna
win or lose, respect.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Growing up for like my middle school year and my high school year, I never heard of like a kid getting stabbed by another student
That's
or
what I'm
shot
saying.
by another student. I've always heard though where these 2 students squared the
There
fuck
was,
up
they was
and
fighting.
they threw it down
Mm-hmm.
and like hard pause like ego like these kids was
Excuse me.
really try to go after it, which would be funny. And that's how I always heard that they resort. Even shorties, bro,
Yeah,
they'd fight
facts.
before any sort of like legit bodily harm. And I think how nowadays the youngins go so fast into like, I'm not gonna fight. I'm just gonna kill you.
Yeah,
Like, I'm just,
yeah,
I'm
that's
just gonna
it.
kill you. I think that's a little excessive as fuck.
I agree. That's what I'm saying is like that's kind of dumb. Like, bro,
I
if you
think
have beef,
killing
just
is
handle
excessive
it.
as
Shit.
fuck.
Fuck it, even if for some petty ass shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just handle it with your fist. Just handle that shit.
Yeah.
That's it. So I kind of think it's dumb for that. Shootings as well. Shootings, what gets me pissed off is like, I don't mean
Hold on. Keep going.
to be that person, but like a lot of shootings that happen, no racism, all right, is a lot of white motherfuckers. Like churches, schools, shit like that, bro. It's a lot of white motherfuckers that do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. I'll say this. I feel like a lot of gang violence is more black people, and
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then more
Or
like
colored, you know what I mean?
yeah,
in
colored
general.
people. And then I would say more just like for no reason, just straight violence of just like causing harm to people is mainly white people.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Like the gangs and shit like that, gang violence, that's only towards them. Like they really don't involve civilians and
Like
shit
you
like
never
that.
ever
You know?
like well you'll hear like you'll see white people in like gangs, but let's be honest, all over the place, someone's getting shot. It's gang. You're mostly seeing a colored person. The chances of you seeing a white person, like damn, that's rare.
Nah,
It's like
fact.
seeing a fucking unicorn. But when you hear someone's school shooting, what's everyone's first thought?
Oh, it's a white person.
It's a white person. Oh, fits the fucking criteria.
And
It's
it
just kind of
usually is,
it's
bro.
just it's another one of the stereotypes.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
But would you say it almost is it a stereotype or is it a fact or is it true?
It's a fact because I mean, if you
I
see,
mean,
if you,
stereotypes true can be stereotyped.
yeah, I
the
guess I
fuck?
don't know, bro. If I'm gonna be honest with you,
Yeah.
but yeah, mostly all them school shootings are just shootings in general like that, kind of towards white people, and I never really understood it.
You
I
don't
mean-
understand why people not white people. Why people resort to that kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
or something like yeah, especially on that type of level where you gotta do a massacre against
Yeah, where you
innocent
just,
motherfuckers that even do shit to you. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
school shootings, for example. Like if a youngin was able to get a gun and his excuse was like, oh, he was being bullied by like these two people.
Yeah.
Just two people, right? By everybody
Yeah,
else, but yet
yeah.
they'll kill like a whole 10, 15
they'll
others.
shoot the whole entire school up. Yeah.
Like, bro, what? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, what's the point of that, bro?
Yeah.
That shit doesn't make sense to me, bro. Like, you're sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with being like sick in the head. I think if you just go around straight shooting people, like you like straight planned it. You
Yeah,
like,
you got
thought it out.
You got to screw loose.
You
or some shit,
understood
know what I mean?
what
Like,
you were doing and you were fully like aware and okay with it and it was your 100% plan. You tapped, gang.
Nah, dead
You
ass.
tapped. You tapped. You're the people that back in the day they'd be like lobotomize this motherfucker.
Yeah, dead
Like
ass.
you tapped genuinely.
Yeah.
Do you think they are born that way or do you think it's like raised or do you like how do you think one even becomes to that level? Like listen, like it's one thing to like even act it out, you know, cuz you'll hear people who did actually act it out and you're like, "Damn, that's crazy." You know, that's like
Yeah.
pretty fucked up that you did that. And then you yourself, you'd be like, "I can't even like think like I can't sit
Right.
in my car or my room by myself and be like, let me plan how I'm just gonna massacre people."
Fact,
Like,
yeah.
normal fucking people would sit there and be like, how do you get to? I can't even think of that. Like, how did you get to that point?
Yeah, where
Like, it
you,
almost seems like it's like your
like,
brain.
how do you
is
justify that
actually-
shit in your
Yes.
head? You know what I mean?
How
like,
are you yourself okay with that? Like, how did you get
Exactly.
yourself on board with that crazy ass idea that everyone else in the world would literally be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Literally, bro.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you get to that level?
Yeah, I don't know if it just got to do with like childhood trauma, bullying and shit, but even then, that's not a fucking excuse to take lives, bro. You know
No.
what I mean? Like,
I don't think there is an excuse to take a life.
nah.
Well,
Unless it's like, you know,
like,
like,
someone kills your family, the justice system may do it right. I think you have
Yeah,
all right to
that's
go do
different.
what you got to do.
for sure.
You
But
know
like
what
I
I
said,
mean?
but what we were just talking about, that just doesn't make sense, bro. So,
I think like violence is very situational and subjective. Like
yeah,
people, I
think you
mean,
could say that.
regardless, people would say that's bad, killing's bad. You should never ever do that. 100%, that's what everyone would say. But also, I bet if you asked a couple other people who say that, you'd be like, "Yo, what if someone murdered your fucking family or like raped your daughter, excuse me?" And the justice system kind of like failed. Like, what would you do?
Yeah, that's
You
like
ask a
said.
dad that, they'd be like, well,
I'ma get my lid back."
I'm gonna get that motherfucker.
Yeah,
You know
we've
what I
seen
mean?
some situations like
So-
that. Like I've seen something like that on social media before.
Yeah, so it's very. I've seen videos on Twitter of dads literally killing people who've done things to their daughters
Yeah,
or like their
same
family.
here. Exactly.
It's not something that's unknown, and so I feel like. And bro, you see, I saw one time on social media, some gang member killed a cop. Everyone was in a riot, crazy, pissed off, and then, no, excuse me, cop killed a black person. Everyone was in a riot for that. And then that black person got like someone else got a get back for that cop. They were like, "Oh well, I can't. You killed my son. I can't get that same specific officer, but I'm just gonna kill one of your officers." I think it was a dad who got a get back for his son. I think.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
then
I remember that.
everyone was like, "Good on him." Like that was
Yeah.
good for you. Good for you. So it's
And he even looked at
you know,
all
it's
the
like
cops in the eye,
people
bro,
pick and
as he was
choose
getting to.
what they'll support and what they're not, regardless of how like.
Yeah,
the
it's like you
extent of
said,
it
it's all
was.
situational, bro.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And then you'll obviously have this pocket of people who'll be like, "No, that was bad, regardless of what you did."
Yeah, of course. I mean, to me, killing is bad, but like in some resorts, like, bro, you just the justice system ain't doing right. Sure, it's like it's bad to take it in your own hands because that's technically that's not your job. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Not that's not government
Yeah,
shit. They handle
yeah.
that shit, but like they're not doing it right, bro. And and it's clear that like they've killed your family or whatever, and they don't get no time and shit like that, that's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd have to get my lick back. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Regardless. And like I've seen some shit like that on
If I got murdered,
social.
and they gotta wait, like let's say they got out in like 2-3 years, 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that ain't no time, but they gotta be in there for 25 to life, bro. He's like losing a leg or two, you know what I mean?
Would you try to get your back for anybody, or would you like?
Probably, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I wouldn't kill, but I'd definitely like make their life hell. Like I'd probably take off a hand.
Be like,
and a
look, I'm
leg.
not gonna go to your extent because I'm not gonna stoop to your
Yeah.
level, but I'm gonna make you.
I'm gonna torture you.
I'm
shit,
gonna
you know
make
what I
sure that
mean?
you remember me regardless of what you did to me.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna make you remember not for because you killed like someone of like my family, but because I came back and I got your ass.
So you can know that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you look at your leg and your leg is missing. I'm like, damn, I should have never killed this fam,
Mhm.
whatever. You know what I mean?
And if someone ever asks and you're like, how'd you get that? And then you yourself know how and why you got it, but you might have to come up with a little lie.
Nah,
So
yeah.
deep down inside, dude's kind of eating at you like, I fucked up.
yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah, low key, you probably have that.
Because ain't no
little-
one gonna support your ass. Oh yeah, I killed someone's like close family member.
Nah,
They'd
hell
be like,
no.
what the fuck? And then like, what happened? And then he got my get back. Most people would probably look at you and be like,
Yeah,
good for him.
Yeah, good. Yeah, for sure, I would
Good
too.
for
but,
him.
you know?
Yeah, if I got told, I'd be like, good for you.
Nah, dead ass, I would too. Bro.
I'm not good for you. Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah.
And
'Cause
like,
you
good
know-
shit. GG's in the chat.
Fuck yeah, bro. W's up in that bitch.
But yeah, I think school shootings, fuck off.
Yeah,
Random
go kill
acts
yourself
of
at that
vi-
point, bro. If you're getting bullied
no
or whatever.
bullshit.
You know what I mean?
Random acts of violence in general, whether it not even just be a school shooting, but just going around and killing people, fucking horrible. You're a horrible person. I don't even think you should get the life sentence. I think you should get firing squad. I think
Yeah.
you should get to feel the anxiety that they felt at the end of the barrel.
Yeah,
You
get
yourself-
put in a
even if
situation
you,
like that.
even if that killer, you know how they're always like mentally tapped and they don't feel anything or whatever. I think when you're about to be seconds away from death, regardless if you truly don't care if you are, it'll give you a little.
You're gonna get a feel, yeah.
You'll get nervous for that 1 second.
for sure. Like, oh,
I
fuck.
think. Personally.
Yeah, I think
You
you'd
know what I mean?
probably
I think eye for an eye
think
gang.
about shit. Yeah, hell yeah. Same
Even
here,
like
bro.
child predators or rapists, I feel like you got to get that shit.
Yeah, nah, same here, bro. That shit's gotta
I
get
think you got to
cut
lose
off, bro.
all right to pleasure.
Hell
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
regardless, yeah,
Like,
regardless.
Lose all that shit.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Because respectfully, choke your shit before you fucking do anything like that, you fucking weirdo.
Right, like, but see, that's another step of like violence. It's like, bro, why? You know what I mean?
See, but I feel like back to like where I said it's very subjective or like situation. I feel like any human would be like, oh yeah, sex offender against a child, fuck that motherfucker up, kill them. Everyone's okay. I mean, I am. So you know what I mean? It's very situational, but it's also still a bad thing.
Nah, definitely, bro. Like,
Some motherfuckers just gotta get killed though.
yeah, some is different though. Like,
Joker gotta go.
dead ass, bro. But like, you know, theoretically speaking, if our, I don't even know if I want to say this shit, bro.
What?
What's the next question, bro?
What?
Nah, I don't want to say it, bro. It might lead to some shit, bro.
Like, what do you mean?
I was gonna say if like, we might cut this out if anything, bro.
Okay.
Either way, I'm gonna
Mhm.
say it though. But in some, like, you know how you say some are situationals about like grapes and shit like that.
Yeah.
If a shorty were to like grape me, you know what I mean, and she was like a little decent shorty, whatever, you know, and like, but like I didn't know because I was like maybe drunk or whatever, you know what I mean, or just she.
You don't think you're saying you don't think you'd feel violated?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I wake up next day like, damn, that shit graped me. By on me, you know what I mean? I'm walking out the crib feeling like a man, bro. You know what I mean? But
I
like,
don't.
but that's like, but then you think about it again once you're like kind of like more sober, like, damn, I really
Nah,
got,
bro. I
like-
think all right. Let's say like how you just
Especially
said you
roofied
come,
you or
you
some
you
shit.
look over, you're like, that was like, oh, I tapped that. But I don't think even if bro, I think you could put like the baddest bitch in front of me, and then like I'm completely fucked up. I can't even control myself, and then she just fucking she makes me fuck her or whatever,
yeah,
and I wake up the next day be like, how the fuck? I think I wouldn't be like happy.
yeah, I definitely question
I
it, but
wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
especially be like,
No, I wouldn't even question it in a sense like, no, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, why the fuck? Who gave you the right to
yeah,
fucking
well, that's
to
you know what I mean?
undress me, bitch?
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck do you think you are? Nah, I disagree. I mean, but me personally, I would be tight.
Yeah, that's what I say. Like, some are like situational, I
I'd be
guess. You know what I
tight.
mean? But
I don't like
at the end of the
motherfuckers
day,
touching me
though, a
without
grape
me
is a
being okay
grape.
with
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that is pretty crazy though. But in general, though, that shit just you're done. And
I'd
like,
be
I don't
tight.
understand how like in prison systems where mostly like where child predators and shit like that are like rapists, they'll get sentenced to death row, right? But they won't really get. Yeah, not all. You know what I mean? Obviously not all. Like,
No, a lot
just-
of them don't.
Yeah, nah, that's what I'm saying. But it's not justified,
Yeah.
which I think they all should be sentenced to death on that same day. And like when some
What,
dude shit like that,
Rapist or child molester? What are you talking
yeah,
about?
both. You know what I mean? Shit like
Oh,
that.
okay.
You know what I mean? Like or like those situations, those kind of
Yeah.
cases.
Yeah.
They should be just if they're found guilty about that shit and they're really like locked up, they shouldn't get no death row sentence and then have to wait their sentence for fucking days or years. Because I've seen some spots where motherfuckers be in death row for like months
Mhm.
waiting to get sentenced
Bro, some
to
people are
death.
on death row for years.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, why? I mean, if their crime was that heinous and bad, that shit should just be same day, boom. All right, you got convicted of that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think of that, but yeah, I kind of
Like,
agree.
I don't think they
Um,
should be in waiting for their death. It should just be automatically that same night or that same week. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I don't know what's the point of that? Having them like just locked up for days, weeks, months, years, just to wait for that. That you know what I mean?
They'll probably say it's a lot of paperwork and a lot of bullshit. But I don't
I
have an
wouldn't be
answer for you for
surprised.
that one. But I will say this: I think you could find a good handful of people that'll carry out that act pretty quickly
Definitely. If I
If-
could, I would. If I was
the
like in
crime
charge
was-
of
if
like
that
that.
was that bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
if I was like in charge of a state or whatever, and like that was those crimes, I'd make that rule of like if you get convicted and it's really solid evidence that you committed that shit, you're dead in that same day or week.
same
You're
week.
not you're not waiting. You're not gonna live comfortably for like I want to say comfortably, you know what I mean? But you're not gonna be in a cell living your life until
Well,
you get
death
to that.
row I think is comfortably more better than public because I think you have
Yeah,
your-
it is. That's
you're
what I'm
separated.
saying.
You have your own cell.
Yeah,
You have
exactly.
your own- I think you have like, from what I've seen from certain videos and people in death row, that's not be the same for everywhere. But this motherfucker had a bed, a TV. This shit
Yeah,
had
that's
a
what I'm
fucking cushion
saying.
on that shit. He
I-
had posters on his walls.
Yeah,
like,
I've
alright,
seen
he's
some
not-
shit.
he
Like I've seen
seems to be
YouTube
just chilling.
documentaries of motherfuckers going into prisons, death rows, and like they got some nice ass cells. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, they should just be in death for like
Yeah,
they could have graded like a 5-year-old and they're still just there living with a TV. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro, you should be
Yeah.
dead that same motherfucking day, bro.
I agree.
Like, I don't know why. So that's why I kind of think that like the justice system is kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Really. So like dead ass.
Same. And off of that topic, because that was a pretty fucked up one. This is one question that I've had for like for months, bro. Because I see it all over Twitter and TikTok. People who take cops on like high speed chases or fight them, or just don't listen to them. And also, how dumb do you got to be a sovereign citizen? Do you know what a sovereign citizen
Nah,
is?
explain.
I don't know the full and term definition, but just from what I've seen on videos and from reading comments and shit, sovereign citizens are like people who believe that they are not, they don't have to abide by the same rules that we as normal people have to. They have,
Okay.
it's like their own set of like laws and rules and regulations
they're
and shit
privileged?
like that. In a way, like from what I see, motherfuckers would get pulled over and obviously license registration, and they'll be like, "No, I don't have to give you like what was the crime that I committed," and they'll be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you took a turn wrong, you didn't have a blinker, or your something's expired, your tag's expired." They'll then be like, "Oh, well, like I don't answer to you. Like here's a paper of like what you're supposed to do. Like here's my rights
Yeah.
as a person." And what they always say is they say, "I'm not driving, I'm traveling." So
Okay.
that's their whole excuse is that you can't pull me over for a traffic stop because I'm not driving a car, I'm traveling. And they also say
Wow.
they're not using like a business, they're not here on business, so they can't associate with you. They can't talk to you.
Never heard of that, to be honest.
So they don't show their ID no matter what. They never give insurance. They always the first people to put up like the most bullshit.
I've seen
and-
videos of that shit though.
And from what I read of on a TikTok comment, I don't know if it's 100%, but I've seen it repeatedly, is that like it's a YouTube channel that kind of like they say it's brainwashing, but obviously it promotes this belief, these laws or whatever, and then it gets people to believe in it, and then they buy whatever like they sell as like, here, if you have these are the rules and the regulations to have on you if you ever get in situations and shit.
Okay.
And that's what they end up handing out. And I've seen a lot of people be that, bro. And it's pretty fucking crazy. And I think you got to be a little stupid to truly believe that. Because, like, if you're the one person saying, no, this is right, but if you got like 5 to 6 other motherfuckers straight dead ass, like being like, nah, you're wrong. And then you know what also mind fucks me? I feel like you just
What's
gotta be. I feel like you truly are stupid. Because cops would be like, I'm gonna break your window. I'm gonna break your window, right? I'm gonna break your window.
Yep.
As a normal human being, you'd be like, all right. If like they would always be like, no, you're wrong. You can't do that. That's illegal. I'm gonna sue you or whatever. And they're like, okay, yeah, man, 100%. Yep, okay. If you're telling someone you're wrong, and then they're like, well, I'm gonna break this because I'm 100% right, and you're like still like you're wrong. If a motherfucker is willing to break your property because he's 100% confident in it, how do you not clock that as maybe I am wrong? Like if they're willing 100% okay to just bash my window in, break my car, completely drag me out, and what I'm saying is they truly don't give a fuck. What makes you think like they're like
you got a chance on that?
You know what I mean? It's hard to word that, but like if someone's telling you like if you're telling someone they're wrong, and then they're so confident they're willing to like do whatever, like friend, break the window, break your property, destroy it because they know they're right. How do you not like take that as like maybe I am wrong? Maybe if they're willing to go to this far, maybe I am wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. They gotta have something going through their head.
Like just to me personally,
to
like
think they would win.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you if 5 motherfuckers are 100% okay breaking your property, yanking your ass the fuck out, throwing you on the floor, and you're the only one saying you're wrong? You're telling me you're not gonna kind of for a split second be like, maybe I am. If they're gonna go like this hard, maybe I am wrong.
Facts, but I guess they just don't want to lose it. There's that ego probably in them.
It's like some motherfuckers can't clock that they are the problem in a relationship when they think it's everyone else.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of situations, bro.
Maybe, but then also I was people who take cops on like high speed chases.
Yeah,
you got to be one confident motherfucker.
Yeah, I was about to say that right
on
now.
A high speed chase, gang, because you got to be confident that you can drive, confident that you know your area, and then confident in the fact that you can lose this motherfucker, right?
For sure.
When he got all the resources in the whole entire city, right? I would never. I could just not fathom that. I just can't. And I saw a video of this dude. He took off and he kept looking back, right? And he got some distance. Yeah. And so he thought he was good. He was a little happy, right? And he was driving. And then his eyes looked up and the fucking cop was right on his ass. And I just saw his face went from, woo, to, oh, fuck. It's just, how do you get that amount of, like, you really thought you had that?
Yeah, especially if it's like on a straight highway, you know you're fucked. You know what I mean? If you're going straight, you gotta be smart with it. You gotta take actions. You gotta.
Or even in cities, bro. There's cars everywhere. True. Like you thought you was swerving.
Nah, well, yo, it's kind of crazy though, cause like I seen this video on Facebook, bro, where this guy was in New York, and you know how New York streets are, but there's shit. You know what I mean? The cars is everywhere. They're all fucking crowded. You know, it's hard to get by. You know what I mean? There's so much traffic.
Yeah.
And a motherfucker was legit cutting up every street, going on the wrong ways, and still getting through him just to lose a cop. And he did after like 5 minutes of solid just driving, taking turns and shit. He lost a cop, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I've seen people like
And that's impressive though, because you really get into crowded cities. You know what I mean?
I forgot his name.
Like very crowded cities where you got no space, but yeah, you still maneuvering it.
Yeah.
So like I guess that's that confidence in them of knowing that, okay, I know my car very well.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta be a confident motherfucker.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And with the speed and be able to control, you gotta know what you're really doing. You know what I mean? Yeah, no regular average Joe could do that shit.
I could never personally.
Nah, me neither. Unless I had like a bike, then I'd probably be out. I ain't gonna lie. If I had a bike, I'd probably be trying to do that shit, bro.
Bro, nowadays a cop would hit you off that shit with their car.
If they could catch up.
On a BMX?
No, not like an actual like, sport bike. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I was I thought you were thinking about like your BMX.
Well, even better, bro.
Motherfuckers would hit you off of that shit.
Nah, bro. I'm going in them alleyways, bro. Trust.
True.
You know what I mean? Spots where they had to foot chase. They won't catch up because if I'm on a BMX, but I'm pedaling out that bitch. Spaces where their cars can't go in.
True.
So bikes are a lot easier to get away, especially dirt bikes.
Yeah, dirt bikes are. This is a question you came up with. A scenario. If your wife were to be kidnapped by a cartel, what would you do?
Oh yeah, oh shit.
To me personally, I don't think there's much you can do. You have a story of why you asked that question, which is a crazy story. I don't think I would be able to do that because I just don't think I would succeed in that. But
I'll get into the story right now if you want.
Go ahead.
All right, so I seen the story. It was in Mexico. This wife.
Do you know the names of the people at all?
I don't. No? Okay. I don't. But this wife was working. She had a husband. Her husband was an engineer, right? Smart motherfucker.
Yeah.
Cartel was trying to recruit him. I don't know for what. I don't know, to make equipment or whatever. Needed his expertise. Mm-hmm. But regardless, the cartel needed him. He wasn't taking the offer, so they kidnapped that motherfucker.
Okay.
Right? And they sent a message to the wife. It was like, if you want your husband back, pay this ransom. And now we're going to keep him, and then we'll eventually do what we got to do with him.
Yep.
End him off. And in my opinion, bro, if I got a letter like that, I don't know what the fuck I would do in general. I don't, you know what I mean? What would go through my head, I don't know, is if I would go to the cops or if I would try to do this shit myself or pay it. You know what I mean? That's a tough situation. But this girl, she had some fucking balls, bro. She somehow ended up finding the cartel member that kidnapped her husband, his name, where he lived. She ended up getting her get back. So instead of paying the ransom or going to the authorities, she ended up kidnapping the mom of the cartel member that kidnapped her husband. Savage.
I remember all this, but it's still crazy.
It is crazy, bro. Especially in a country like that where cartels really have
Rule that area.
Rule that, and they have the fear in people, and even the fucking politicians and shit like that. You know, the government.
In the government.
Yeah, they have a little fear in them. So she ends up kidnapping the mom and sends a video to him. Damn, what a fail. And she sends a video to him as a reply back saying, I got your mom right here. If you don't return my husband, I'll kill her. And we call it even. And after that, the cartel ended up returning back her husband for a trade, for his mom for her husband. And that shit, bro, I seen that. I'm like, wow, that shit's fucking crazy, bro. Like, she has some boss who really by herself go up the cartel member and just kidnap his mom. You know what I mean? Not a lot of motherfuckers would do it. A lot of people would try to pay it or just, but I can't pay it.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm being honest, if that happened to me, bro, she's done.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. Especially if you're in a poor spot like that and you can't pay it, you're done.
But GG's in the chat.
For sure. And authorities, they ain't doing shit, bro.
No.
I mean, unless you got money. Exactly. Especially if you really got money and like, nah.
So my answer to that is nothing.
Same here. My answer, I don't think I'd be able to do anything, bro, at all.
Another question that I put on here was, Millie, I don't know if you ever feel like this, but, excuse me, I don't understand why people complain about how long video games take to be created. That was a question I always kind of asked myself and try to, like, figure out. And the reason why I brought it up is earlier I was talking about, like, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. I saw a lot of people saying, like, yo, this game, it's been 15 years or some shit, like, for that next game. Why does it take so long? And people are like, oh, it takes forever, but that is so shit. I don't know why they didn't release it yet. Like, how long can it take? And I've played a bit of Skyrim and everything like that, and it's so fucking... You said you played it a little bit, but not in depth where you really understand and meticulate everything and see everything that can be offered in the game. I played around a bit, and I've watched a lot of videos and 4 6 hour long videos of like watching the lore and the history of it.
Yeah,
trying to understand it because it's a lot, and I don't personally. I'm not reading 20 different in-game books just to learn about this one fucking person. I'll just go at work, listen to a little video about it,
and that's it.
And it is so fucking lore heavy. It's so fucking there is legit physical books in the game that the people have to write stories about that retain to the lore from the previous games and anything else that they're gonna do beyond. That is not something that is fucking easy. You're literally assigning people to be like, hey, bro, I need you to make 1 billion different kinds of books with a story, with a plot. Some can be bullshit, some are going to be skills, and then scatter them fucking everywhere. Hey, I know we like to do health items by food, so and we like to just, instead of having chests everywhere where you just go in, no, we like to have them scattered about. So I want you to take 1 billion different fucking food items and place them everywhere around the map and everything like that. And then also place things in chests. And then also on top of that, add characters that guard them and also the singularity chaps, and then you want to have the graphics for everything like that. Then you want to have everything that fucking flows well. Like, I just don't, you're asking, play Skyrim. You see all the little paths you can go, all the little routes, all the little conversations, all the little items, all the little books. A motherfucker has to sit there, think about the book of a story, write it down, then place it. Motherfucker has to grab all these little UIs, things, design them, place them. Why are they there? What's the reason behind them? And then don't get me started about potions. There's a whole fucking goddamn alchemy section
potions,
where every
weapons,
little item will have a fucking
bro.
goddamn buff, and you yourself have to go around and find all of them. A motherfucker has to sit there and think of all the different kind of combinations that you can make with every single goddamn item and goddamn code them into your game to make them fit and flow and balance with the game as it progresses. I don't think you motherfuckers understand how possibly hard that is. Like that, you're asking a lot from a couple motherfuckers. And granted, it's a big-ass company, and it's not their first time making this game. But they're going to have to it's also the pressure of like, oh, we haven't been released for so long. We got to make sure we hit this with a bang. And motherfuckers, do you want a Cyberpunk 2077 when it drops and it was a load of shit? Nah, I'd rather wait till goddamn 20 more fucking years and the shit drops and it blows my fucking balls off. I just don't understand how you motherfuckers cannot have the fucking patience and just let these motherfuckers cook. Now, if it drops and it's absolutely dog shit, then you are 100% valid in your fucking feelings because you were actually able to see the bullshit. But if you can't see the bullshit, then you're just chatting out your ass.
Yeah, you gotta wait till the actual game is out. You know what I mean? You gotta
really have a feel for it,
bro. But even then, though, games like that, like Skyrim, Elden Ring, you know, like those Souls games and those RPG games, those aren't quick 1 year task games. Not
And
like a Call of Duty game where it's
You
kind
can
of
make that
almost the
yearly.
same thing. Yeah, you can make it because it's almost
And
the same thing, just
people
different
people
features.
will argue with your Souls games because they're like, oh, but they drop those like every 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and all that other bullshit. But I mean, that's the only game style that they focus on. That's like the one.
Yeah.
It's only gonna be a Soul style game.
And the Souls
when-
isn't. So don't get me wrong. Souls is a lot, you know what I mean. But
It
it's
is
not
lore
as
heavy,
much
but it's not
as Skyrim and games like those, you know what I mean. Elder Scrolls, because that's
or
got a
even
lot more.
Fallout.
Yeah, that's got a lot more dialogues, a lot more missions, a lot more areas to go through. Even collectibles like swords, weapons, armors, all that shit. It's a lot more than a Souls game. Souls game, you can kind of get it. Yeah, you can explore, go around, get lost, do little side shit. But there's not a lot of side shit to do.
Yeah.
It's more main missions, main bosses, side bosses to get to the main bosses. That's what the side things are.
Yeah.
Unlike Skyrim, those you could do a lot more
You
different
got
shit.
your water now.
I do, but it's in the room. I got you
Damn,
right now.
okay,
Hold
okay.
them off, bro.
Yeah. So another reason why I got annoyed about it, right? So just motherfuckers who have played Skyrim, like let's be like the fact that you can do something to a person. This is hard to explain. Oh, for the Dark Brotherhood, when before you meet the kid and then he gives you the order to go assassinate the grandma. Thank you so much, by the way. You could kill her beforehand if you already know what to do, right? And then go meet him, and then you get a whole different dialogue option, a whole different like reaction from the character. You can go to certain places and rob people for a certain item, and then go in and talk to them about it, and they'll be like, "What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what's really
you know
dope
what I mean?
about it. You know what I mean?
There's so many little meticulously different things that they add to change your gameplay and your style that you play. It's a role-playing game, so they want you to feel like you can do whatever you want in that world. It takes a lot of time and to get it right, to make sure that it'll flow right.
It what makes it different.
Right, it replays right. You know what I mean? Like
for sure. And what makes it different to me is that like you say, it's a role playing game. So like any option you do or any option you pick for a dialogue or for an answer, it'll lead to a different ending. Which is why those motherfuckers take a lot of time to make as well, because like they got multiple different endings.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
every
that's
Bethesda
different.
game has multiple different endings.
So that's another reason that you can't just do one ending. All right, it's all not. They got multiple different endings, multiple different choices you could do, and that all goes into the story.
Yeah, so
that's a lot, bro.
It's just so much to put into a game.
Yeah, so I don't. Yeah, like so on your point, I don't understand either on why people can complain about those type of games.
Like I understand. It has been a while. It's been a very, very long time. But wouldn't you want that game that you've been waiting for so long to fucking play? That you played
money.
The fucking counterpart of the old release. You've played that so many different times. So many different things that you've done. So many different things that you learned because you played differently. You went about it differently. You know what I mean? And then the brother to it, the one that's the fucking balls, the one that you've been waiting since you were a little kid, teenager to adult. And when that bitch drops, wouldn't you want that shit to just smack you in your fucking face? Just let them do what they gotta do.
Yeah, let them cook.
And
bro.
if it's shit, go riot.
Then go on there.
By all means, and lose 100% your faith.
Which
Look, think about it.
If
If it's a shit game, you were right. If it's a good game, you win. It's a win-win.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
either way, you're gonna
win-win.
get the game though. You know what I mean? You're waiting, but you're gonna get it regardless.
I just can't. That's just something I had to just say. Like,
Nah,
I just don't understand.
I understand if it's like. I understand if it's like a game like a Call of Duty, you know what I mean, where they drop one, but
Fuck
then
Call of
somehow, I agree, but somehow they like wait a whole another 5 years just to drop the same
I
shit.
honestly
It'd
think
be
that
like,
would
at
help
that
them.
point, yeah, probably.
I think they should stop going every year. I think they should take some
That's
time
where they
and
fucked up,
and
bro.
cook their next game.
I agree. I think that's where they fucked up and kind of rushing shit. You know what I mean? Like Battlefield. I mean, previous Battlefield.
If I was Call of Duty, I would just
Right.
support Black Ops 7, let people shut all that trash and talk shit, take some time,
And
just
try to make something
cook my
good.
next game so that it just kind of blows motherfuckers' minds after.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If they were to drop like a zombie game, strictly zombies, where they put every
I'd buy
zombie
that.
map, I'd buy that for sure.
I'd buy that.
It was like 70 bones, but it's like every zombie map from like War at War. You know what I mean? Like
But
Black
with
Ops
like
1,
modern graphics of the old
yeah,
maps.
exactly. But every single map from every Call of Duty, I'd buy that shit
Yeah, I'd buy that.
for a fact.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
That shit would be dope for me because I like the Call of Duty zombies. They were good, old ones. You know what I mean? They were good, definitely good. My favorite, Black Ops 1, hands down. Kino.
We have another question over here, motherfuckers.
Yes, sir.
Is what would you do if you were the most wanted man in the world?
Fucking hey. What am I wanted for?
Oh, we didn't write that
Yeah,
down.
but either way, most
you're
wanted
just
man.
the
Though,
most
huh?
wanted man in the world.
First thing I'd probably do is get as much liquid as I can, cash.
Oh, I was about to say like
Yeah,
water.
a lot of cash that I can get, as much as I can get. Second would probably be my main focus is where am I gonna go? Definitely going off the grid, bro. Like I'm moving out to like
Ready?
Thailand,
Okay, so
Vietnam.
One,
some
you're the most highest paid cartel. You can't. Your HQ is not getting raided. They're going after you. They know who you are. They know your assets. Where would you go to? Like, what country would you go to? Where are you going?
Thailand.
Okay. What would you try to? Are you gonna live lavish, very expensive? Are you gonna be middle? Or are you gonna be poor?
No, I'm going in the woods.
Okay, so you're going in the woods.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'd say you would take all your all money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything I can get.
Would you like get a job out there, or would you just completely just be a hermit in the woods?
Nah, I just vanish.
Okay.
I would vanish. Yeah.
How long do you think you'd live?
I'd probably go until I can, bro. Until either I get caught or I'm just old age. I would definitely just try to live it out.
Bro, to think
in the
about that,
woods.
off topic, but to think about there is a motherfucker right now wanted,
That's living like that.
and they're actively being hunted, and they're just hiding right now.
Yeah,
And
literally.
they could be hiding right now. They're like, fuck.
No, it could be. There is.
You know, that's crazy to think about. While
It's-
while
yeah.
we over here sitting recording, talking bullshit, and y'all are watching.
There's one time I remember I was in elementary school, I think. One of my uncle's friends, I was watching the news, bro, before school, and it was
Crazy.
facts. And my uncle's friend, his name was Jaime, right? He ended up being on the FBI's most wanted list.
That's
on TV.
crazy.
Yeah, I seen his name and I seen his picture. I'm like, yeah, I know that guy. He was always at the crib. You know what I mean? They're always outside and shit, drinking whatever with my uncles and all that. And I seen him on that list. Never seen him again in real life, bro. He ended up, from what I heard, he ended up moving out to a whole nother country. I ain't gonna say, you know what I mean? But he ended up moving out to a whole nother country and living low.
That's crazy.
Crazy as fuck. I still see his brother around though here. Inland.
Me, I honestly don't know what I would do. I would just try to get out of a place that doesn't associate with the United States government.
And that's why I picked Thailand.
Going to Russia.
Anywhere that don't really fuck with the US like that, where they can kind of keep me safe.
I know the essence of this question for both of us. Would you become a spy? Yes.
I definitely
Yes.
would.
Yes.
Definitely.
I would 100% become a spy. That shit would be dope as fuck. It's probably. Let's be honest. You think we're like exaggerating? You think it's that dope? Like if I'm a spy though,
think
like I'm
so.
trying to infiltrate some big shit. You know what I mean?
I think
Throw
it
me
is
in
like
Russia or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I gotta blend in with bitches. You know what I mean? Like, put me in some crazy. I'm trying to be like James, but I ain't trying to be some little spy that like sits there and types on a fucking keyboard. Nah, throw me in the water.
So there was this show I watched on Netflix. It's called The Spy, which is why I asked that question because I just recently finished it somewhat. And it was a true story, based on a true story.
I'll cyanide, bro.
And you should give it a watch, bro. Shit is pretty badass,
I don't
bro.
watch shit, my
Nah, I
brother.
know, true. So I'm gonna talk about it a little bit right here. And his name was Eli Cohen,
Okay.
right? It was I forget what year, but it was a time when Israel and Syria were at war.
Okay.
And I think he was Israeli,
Okay.
I believe, or Syrian. I think he was Syrian. And apparently to the show, he applied to it, never got accepted. But they were in an emergency where they needed a spy because the last one got killed. So he ended up getting recruited by them. And in real life history, he ended up becoming one of the best spies to go down in history, even to this day. And so he infiltrated Israel, and he ended up becoming very close friends with the highest ranking military there, along with the president and shit like that. So at one point, he got so close that the president ended up asking him to be a deputy in like one of the houses, like a member of the political party and shit like that, right? And the shit that he had to do before was pretty crazy. You know what I mean? Like he really infiltrated bunkers, took pictures on the low nighttime, parkouring into buildings, going into like their offices of the top, whoever was there, general and shit like that. He'd go into offices, go into the files, take pics and send it back and shit like that. And he also did a lot of, what's that shit called? Morse code.
Oh.
A lot of Morse code, yeah. And so in the show, that's what fucked them up. Because they had an idea that all their attacks that they were doing, even their surprise attack against Syria, was all getting fucked. So they knew had to be a spy or something, a rat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they did a mission where they turned all the power off in the whole city and went around with a little like a antenna to find Morse code and like unwanted signals there.
Yeah.
Because like I said, the power was off. So if they got a signal for something,
yeah,
that's a red flag. And so he was doing that, tapping Morse code. They go to his building, boom, they ping his shit right there. They raid his shit and they catch him mid-act of fucking doing Morse code. That's when they catch him, yeah.
Kill him on the spot?
Nah, they ended up doing a public execution. They hung him, tortured him, ripped out all his nails. They hung him there. They left him, I think they said they left him up there for like 8 hours just hanging until they took his body out or off the noose. And his wife, still to this day, is trying to fight Israel to get his body remains back. They won't release it. They still have his body.
R.I.P.
Which is crazy. But even to this history, he came down as one of the best spies to ever do it.
See, bro, like that's a dope ass life.
Like,
granted, you go out fucked up. You know what I mean?
But he won the war for the country, though.
If it doesn't go your way, you do get fucked up. But like, be honest, that's a dope life.
Dope, bro. To be able to live that double life, like, yo, you know, you're infiltrating shit. You're like, you're in your country, you're nobody, because he was like doing a shit job. He was a nobody. But in Israel, he was a fucking rich motherfucker because, you know, he was funded by the government. Mm-hmm. And so they were like, all right, you're going to be, your cover is going to be an import-export. You know what I mean? So you're traveling around the world, exporting shit, importing shit. So that was his cover, rich motherfucker. And the way he got to like the closest people was getting close to them and making them know that he had money. Because, you know, that's all they care about in government is money. Yeah. If a motherfucker got money or not. That's the only way they're important. And so he was always showing off his money, and that's how he became friends with like the top general. And general was introducing him to like the other politicians.
Everyone else.
And then the president. And he became friends with them. Information was getting took from them and shit like that. So that's a pretty dope fucking story. So I think like being a spy would be some dope shit if you really got a calm, collective mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You cannot overthink anything or overthink your actions. You know what I mean? Can't think about it twice.
You have to think very methodically. You have to play very methodically.
Yeah. Every situation, like, if I go in there and if something happens,
it's almost a job for an overthinker because they have to overthink like every scenario.
Yeah. Like before you get into it, though, you know what I mean? Because once you're in it, you're like, oh shit.
It's like, all right, I'm gonna climb this, but what if this breaks? Okay, I'm gonna grab one of this. But if that if that goes away and that goes away, I'm gonna go to that. But if all those don't work, then I'm gonna go to that.
You gotta have that shit in your mind.
If I talk to this person, I say this, and they say this to me, what am I gonna say? But if they don't say this and they say this, what am I gonna say for that? But if they don't say that and they say this, you know what I mean? Like it needs to go to a person to that kind of.
Yeah, hell yeah, that can do it fast too on the spot. You know what I mean? And calmly, shit like that. So it would be pretty tough. But I think I would be a spy myself if I was able to do it. Definitely.
If I went down that path of like training and lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he definitely. I mean, he got trained obviously. For sure.
Obviously, if you're on that level.
So yeah, he learned like all the tanks, weapons, armors, and shit like that. Everything they use.
Shit, and this goes to our next question. If you could respawn and go down a different path, what would it be? Probably that kind of level of path.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt though. Before we move on to that, one more thing I want to add about that guy's story was one of the main impressive things that I felt while seeing the show, which was true. Was so when he was in Israel with the military, they went to the border, right? And then there was all like 6-7 underground bunkers ready for a surprise attack against Syria, right? Because Syria didn't know about them. They had pictures, satellite pictures of like mad tanks and heavy armory, but then like an hour later, another picture was taken, they're all gone. But it's a big ass desert, and they're like, how the fuck did they leave in an hour? With slow moving tanks like that. This is not possible. So they had an idea like they got to do some underground bunker and shit. So he went there and he seen it all. And he seen soldiers that was all in the sun getting baked by the sun and shit like that. And his idea was like, since he had money, he was like, how come nobody has like no shade, no trees in here? And then the guy was like, well, the government doesn't have the funds for that or whatever. You know what I mean? They don't want to spend it for that. They'd rather spend it on artillery, shit like that. And he was like, all right, I'm going to do you guys a favor. And then he ended up planting mad trees only on top of the bunker. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Only on those spots, not around it, directly above the bunker where it stood. And he told that message to his boys in Syria. Mm-hmm. And he was like, all those trees you see right there, there's an underground bunker. And they want to surprise attack you from this. So once you guys start moving there, just know, first thing you got to shoot with them things is right under that tree. Directly under that tree, boom, you're clearing that shit out. And so the war started. They tried to surprise attack them. They lost.
That's crazy.
And then that's when they figured out, like, how the fuck did we lose on our own surprise attack? How is that possible? How am I going to explain that to the fucking general? That it was a surprise attack and we lost. Our surprise attack and we lost. And that's when they were like, damn,
That's
we
what I'm
have
saying.
something.
That's such a dope life.
And that was real story, and that's true.
That's
Real
such a
life.
dope
That's
life.
crazy, bro. Hell yeah, bro. To do that shit.
Bro, you
Fucking wild.
had to walk away from that shit geeked, though.
Fuck yeah.
You gotta walk away from that shit like, damn it! You know what I'm saying?
Yo, normally,
You gotta walk away from that shit geeked.
Especially normally, like, yeah, bro, geeked already by knowing, like, once I plant these trees, it's a wrap.
That, and also when you start to like roll them in and you start to like, slowly realize, oh, they believe this shit.
And they think that, yeah, facts. And
You
you
know
get
what I
so
mean?
close to them that they really don't think that you are the spy because you're just a fucking import-export motherfucker that got a lot of money. And, you know, you set up your businesses everywhere, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And it has his name. It says Tabith Export-Import all around their, like, country and shit like that.
In plain sight.
Literally, bro. That's fucking crazy how he did that shit. I think he did it for, like, almost 10 years living that life.
That's a good run.
Fuck yeah,
I'd say it's a
bro.
pretty decent run. I don't know how long spies are supposed to live. That's a pretty good run, I'd say.
Have you ever heard about the Russian one with the United States spy?
No.
So there was a spy from, I think it was from Russia, that infiltrated the U.S. and they gave him the job of finding the spy. But he was a spy.
Oh, so they gave, that's crazy.
He infiltrated the state's government. True story. And they gave him the task of finding the spy because he was like, yo, this is a spy because all this shit is not working. And they were like, all right, your job is to find him. That's your sole mission, is find this spy. He was a spy, though. Fucking nuts. So
That's
he lasted
crazy.
like almost 10 years until, I don't know how he fucked up or some shit, but they ended up finding out that he was a spy. And he got executed. But that's fucking nuts, bro. Imagine how good you really got to
That's
be to,
crazy.
like, infiltrate government like that and make him think you're on their team.
Bro, you
like,
got-
what, bro?
Bro, you
Cuz, and you were like, all right, my job is to find a spy because I'm
and
the
I'm
spy.
him because I'm walking away
Yo.
laughing, bro. I'm walking away laughing.
They close the door, I'm fucking dying hysterically in my head, bro. Oh my God.
You got tasked to find yourself.
Literally,
That's
bro. You know
hilarious.
how bad you can hold yourself off and shit, bro? That shit's crazy.
Because you can leave like little trails, but trails that either lead to dead ends or really aren't like anything really,
Exactly.
but they just kind of allude to it.
give him something, but like, look, I found this, and you know,
Yeah.
try to look into that, but it's a dead end. But fuck, I'll keep trying.
Yeah.
Like, bro, that's fucking dope. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That is pretty wild, bro.
His accent, his American accent had to be great then.
On point, bro.
'Cause
Hell
the
yeah.
Russian accent is pretty hard.
It is.
it's a-
But I
it's
mean,
a-
with training though, I mean, like you seen like actors.
But that's what I mean. Like
you
he
know
had
what
to
I mean?
have a really good accent.
Fuck yeah. Like you never seen Snowfall?
No.
Nah. All right. What about Cillian Murphy?
Yeah. What about
Well, nah, his accent's kind of the same in real life, just not as deep. But I mean,
it?
like in actors, is what I'm
it's
trying
more
to get
exaggerated, but it is along the same kind of lines of it.
to. Yeah. So
You're
like,
talking about his Peaky Blinders accent
yeah,
compared to, like,
to
his
real life
normal-
voice.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like actors, you know what I mean? We're training like the guy from Snowfall, Franklin Saint. In
He's
real life,
British,
he's
yeah.
straight British, but
Yeah.
in Snowfall, he straight talks like a straight African American. You know what I mean? In that hood, that slang, like he does not sound British. Yeah, if I seen him and he talked to me like
But you
that,
know
I
what's
would
so
think he'd
f-
be
but
like, oh, he's from the
But
hood.
you know what's so
No,
funny?
You know what I mean?
But you know what's so funny is like I could imitate a British accent, but like I
Yeah,
can't
but-
imitate a Russian accent.
Nah.
I never got training for British.
But to hold a conversation like that, like at all times, you know what I mean? That you need a lot of training. If you're born Russian, you got to speak only American. Granted, after a while you get used to it, but like the training to be able to hold it down a lot,
Effortlessly.
then yeah, that definitely takes some training, bro.
That's a good for him. I
Crazy,
mean, he got
bro.
us. You know what I'm saying?
He
Sometimes
got us,
You
nah,
gotta give you
he-
flowers sometimes. You
for
know?
a
Gigi,
fact.
you got me.
For a fact, I give him that. So that's definitely impressive about being a spy. I would love to try to do it, you know, if not you know, in this life, but I definitely would do it. What was the next question though? Sorry.
Seeing the world around you, so far in the short time you're alive, how do you feel about it?
Seeing the world around me, how do I feel about it? I'm gonna be honest with you. There's one thing that kind of gets me tight that I see a lot in this new world. Might piss a lot of motherfuckers off, and I don't mean this like in any bad way or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I'm not hating. I got no hate towards y'all. I don't. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Okay.
But one thing that I see in this world a lot now is a lot of that LGBTQ shit, bro. The way they're just like promoting it, putting it out there everywhere is what's kind of getting me a little tight in this new world. You know what I mean? Like, sure, like y'all are gays or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you have your day, whatever. I don't judge, you know what I mean? I got transgender friends, I got gay friends, whatever, you know what I mean? I got no hate towards them, whatever. It's all love, right? But for them to really be putting them out everywhere, like posters, buildings, fucking even kids shows and shit like that, that kind of gets me a little like something I really don't want to see a lot in this world that I've seen, you know what I mean? Compared to growing up, I didn't see none of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? At all.
No, I didn't either.
At all, bro. But now it's just they're everywhere now. And what gets me tired is just more of them being in like little kids shows and shit like that.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like I feel like they're kind of like brainwashing them into be like, oh, you know, I want to be something else.
Be something that they're not technically.
Exactly. Like when you don't even really, you haven't really fully grown to know that shit. You know what I mean? Like.
So your main issue with it is that they promote it to like young kids.
A little too much.
Before they could even like.
Know
before they should even
selves.
know what the hell that even is.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, bro, nah, you know what I mean? So that's one thing in this world that I really don't don't really want to see a lot. Like I said, granted, like I don't mind, you know what I mean? Like
so
I said, I don't
like
mind, but it's just the way they put it out there
it's
so
like
much.
This. You
too
don't
much,
really give
bro.
a fuck. Like if you are cool for you, good
yeah,
for you.
Yeah,
what
whatever.
you fuck don't make me nut. What you eat don't make me shit. You know what I mean?
Like
whatever.
I said,
if you cool, if you a chill motherfucker, you a chill motherfucker. Whatever.
Like I said, I got transgender
but just
friends,
don't like
gay friends,
don't
whatever.
face fuck me with it. Is what
exactly,
you
yeah.
like,
Or try to push it on somebody else.
You
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Or just pushing it, you know what I mean, to other motherfuckers. But that's one thing right there.
It's kind of like you think of like that was your choice. You came to that. Let them make their own choice.
Yeah,
regardless
exactly,
of
bro.
your input. If they say yeah, I want to be that, that's their choice. That's fine. Welcome. But
Yeah,
if they say no, don't fucking keep pushing.
exactly, bro. I agree. That shit gets me a little ticked off.
Yeah, I agree on the part of putting it on kid shows. 'Cause I feel that's a little much. Like let kids like watch SpongeBob or some shit. I was gonna ask you if you would be the bomb diffuser one.
Yeah.
Unless you read one you want to see. Read one. Fuck my one. Pause.
Nah, you had a good one. The bomb diffuser one. So I seen a situation online long time ago. Sad little situation.
Oh.
Real life story, yeah. But I want to get your intake on what you would do. I mean, we kind of already talked about it, but you gotta let them know. Yeah. So one time, a few years back, I was watching a video on social media. There was this pizza delivery guy delivering pizza, but he had a chest, right? A vest, a bomb vest. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Like
Bomb
suicide
vest.
vest.
Yeah.
Bomb vest.
Little suicide vest on him. And he called the authorities to let him know what was going down. And they all got there. They all surrounded him, SWAT, bomb motherfuckers, all them. And they were all just aiming their guns at him while he was unarmed, hands in the air, knees on the ground, right? And he was just sobbing, crying, asking for help. Literally like asking for help. And he even gave a note that it had a note. I don't know what it said, I forgot. But he gave a note to let him know that this is a real bomb and like he doesn't want to die. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He's asking for help. And nobody was helping him. Not even the bomb diffusers, they didn't even want to get near him. You know what I mean? Nothing like that. And after a while, just them aiming their gun at him, it shit ends up blowing up. Kind of sad story, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
As he was actually begging, crying, asking for help, and nobody was helping him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in my head, bro, if I was that person, bro, I'd be like, why the fuck is nobody helping? You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
And like, if I was a bomb diffuser, regardless if I know I'm gonna get injured, bro, this is my fucking job. I joined this for a fucking reason. Yeah. Not to bitch out and stare at somebody with a bomb and let me see if it explodes. Nah, I'm gonna, if he's calling for, I'm out there. Regardless, it's my fucking job. I joined it for a reason, bro. It's to save these motherfuckers and disarm bombs. So my answer is, personally, I would help him. Even if all the cops would be like, no, don't go forward. We don't know if this could be a setup or whatever. Like, bro, look at him. You know what I mean? It could be a setup, but at least I died trying and doing what I love. You know what I mean?
I died doing what I had to do.
At least, you know what I mean?
I agree. I think if, like how you said, like I signed up to this job, I know what I signed up for. I think
that's
like
what it is. You know what you signed up for.
You know what you signed up for when you became a firefighter.
You're not gonna see a fire in a building, golf
just
in
stare
flames.
at it.
Like,
Nah, your job is to run in that motherfucker.
And take out
You're a
whoever's
Navy
there.
SEAL. Your job isn't just to sit back in the fucking camp and doodle 50 BMGs. Nah, you gotta get deployed and go kill some motherfuckers.
You gotta get that work.
Your job as a goddamn Air Force pilot isn't to sit back in a little fucking hangar or some shit, polish your goddamn. Nah, sometimes you gotta get in that jet and go blow some motherfuckers up.
Exactly.
And if you join in a bomb diffuser squad, it's in your title. You're a bomb diffuser,
not a bomb watcher.
Yeah. So when that time comes,
you better be ready.
You better know what you signed. Yeah. If I've written into. I think about it how I work now. It's whatever I do. If they're like, go do something, like bet. That's my title. I'm
work
with
is
it.
work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
especially if you're in that. You know
and
what I mean?
also I think that I'd be like, if I was that guy, I would want the fucking bomb diffuser guy to come up to me.
At least, bro.
So my good conscience would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Go. I
Yeah,
would
same
go.
here. I think I was if I was in that
Regardless if I
position.
died.
Yeah, if I was the bomb
Because
diffuser, I'd
even if
definitely go in
I,
there.
to me personally, in my head, even if I did die, I died doing what I had to do for my job. I did die trying to save somebody.
And yeah, at least
And you know
and-
what? I comforted a guy. He didn't
Exactly,
die alone.
and that, and you also gave the family a little comfort. Like, you know, damn well the family was probably seeing it. You know, I don't know if they knew it was him or not, but like, once they found out, they were like, "Damn, nobody really even bothered to help my son or my brother, or whatever." Like, that's fucked up. And then that's when they do a little lawsuit, and have, you know,
I don't
little,
think they would be able to.
nah,
do
but
lawsuit,
nah, true, but they would definitely try to be like, "Why did nobody help?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Ask the
They'd
question.
be outraged themselves because of how
Yeah, hell
they
yeah.
didn't do their jobs or anything like
Exactly.
that.
So
Didn't
like,
treat them or give
at
them
least you'd
respect
be
of a
able to
human.
bring the family some comfort in that as well. Some
Yeah, but I
closure,
would,
like, at least they try. You know what I mean?
fuck it, bro. If I die, I die. I fucked up, cuz. But if I did it,
Cause you're living.
I'm chilling. I get a
Exactly.
raise, bitch.
Facts.
Medal of Honor.
All day, brother.
Still
All
good.
day. But that is a sad situation, though, that happened, real life story that I've seen. Rest in peace, though.
No bullshit.
What you got next, brother?
Another one is is there anything that kind of makes you sad because you'll never be able to experience it?
Yes. Main thing would definitely be exploring space and basically knowing the real knowledge of back then history, ancient history.
Know
Those
the
are-
true truth.
The true,
Well,
the two
okay.
truths that I would,
What would you if you could go back in time to a specific time, like to watch in history? What would you go back to watch? You can only go there. You can only spectate. So everything that happened that like in real life is set in stone.
one thing for sure. This
You
is a
just
good
watch
one.
it, and then once it's over, you go right back to your.
Me would be the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
I don't even know when that was.
I don't know, but that's one thing I would want to spectate just so I can know if it's true or not. You know what I mean?
Like the place that they say where it happened.
Yeah, everything.
I don't know where that fucking was.
And if that true, if the story was really true, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, that's
you would,
one thing.
You would come back and be the true believer or the
yeah,
true
but nobody
whatever
would
the fuck.
believe you because, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't believe in God and shit like that. But if you were able to really go in there and actually see it, like,
You
yo,
could
this
be
really
hella
happened.
rich from a church though.
For a fact, brother. Hell yeah. But that would probably be one of them. If I had to choose another one, it would definitely be Egypt. How the fuck did they build them pyramids? Like any pyramid in general, Mexico, Guatemala, fucking Egypt. I just want to see one of those bitches being built. Cause like how?
It's like that's not a bad.
How, bro?
It's not a bad. You think
Like how, bro? Not like that ass. How the fuck did they build that? No machinery that we got nowadays. Like, did they do all that shit by hand? They had
is that true?
you know what I mean? What?
In 2025, do we have no sort of machinery?
No, I'm saying they didn't
They
have
can-
the machinery that we have now. Like how? Like did how is everything so fucking precise when they didn't have our machines? Where our machines worked into at least 1,000 difference of fucking tolerance, and that's almost perfect right there. You know what I mean? Like how
Yeah,
the
that's a good
fuck did they
question.
do that?
That's a good question.
On every fucking block, and like there's just no fucking way they did that shit by hand by slaves. There's no fucking way. I just refuse to believe that. And if they did, props by all fucking means, bro. But like me personally, I refuse to believe that humans built those fucking shits. There's just no way. And for that shit to align perfectly with those 3 stars that's right above him, cause how?
Is that all like?
Yeah, like the pyramid of Giza and shit like that. Those 3 pyramids are all aligned.
Yeah.
At the nighttime, they're aligned on those 3 stars only. There's only 3 stars directly above it that's so bright. That's right above the point of the fucking
Really?
pyramids. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And like, you know what I mean? Like, how the fuck did they measure that? How the fuck did they know the stars gonna be right there? We gotta
Yeah.
directly build it and then do the surrounding and be able to stack them perfectly, you know what I mean? To have that point directly under it.
Yeah. That's,
And everything's so centered. There had to be some fucking alien ancient technology or ancient civilization that helped them because it's just not possible. It's not.
yeah. Honestly, that's a good point. I didn't know that they were aligned to a fucking star.
Cause unbelievable. But impressive.
That is crazy. Actually, I truly didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna show you a pic right now, cuz.
That does have to be like. That is crazy.
Tell me not, bro. Like,
And there's
How?
3.
3 of them, yeah.
I'd go back watching like pirates or like night battles. That's like what I was gonna say.
That would be pretty dope too, as well.
I was trying to like follow motherfuckers in the ocean.
Like how?
Really?
Like how the fuck is that possible, bro?
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Right? Like, dog, there's just no fucking way, bro. And then for them to build it like even more like underground tunnels and shit like that, it's like, bro, it's not, bro. That's an overview type shit of how it would be.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Like, how do you do that, bro? It cannot just be simple human knowledge. They had to be so fucking advanced.
But how did, but like they...
That's what I'm saying,
It's like
bro.
everything's gone though, so it's like...
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to know these truths, and it makes me so sad that I will never, ever in any lifetime know these fucking truths. Because they will never... I highly guarantee that the government definitely knows how the fuck what's in there. And like,
You think so?
I think so, bro. I think so. And they will never release it.
What do you think?
I feel like once they actually, like the humans actually know the truth of it, I think they probably just wouldn't be able to handle it.
Really? You think it's that extravagant?
Yeah. Because imagine just saying out to the government, like publicly saying, like, all these pyramids were built by like all ancient aliens, civilizations with advanced technology, and we have proof and we'll show you, and they show it.
I honestly don't think many people would like not be able to handle it. I think most people would just be like, I fucking knew it, dude.
Yeah, a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably some people definitely won't believe it either, because it's like,
Of course.
that's, you know what I mean? Because like some people think, there's no other life out there, but there's gotta be other fucking life out there, bro.
Yeah, I 100% believe there's life in space.
Hell yeah, me too, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
I'm
regardless.
also agreeing with you. I'd be sad that I won't be able to travel space. But like travel, I'm not talking about go to fucking Mars. No, I'm talking about
Nah,
go like different
galaxies,
galaxies, bitches. Go to fucking different planets and see what the fuck's out there. Like that kind of traveling. Like that shit's. I gotta live in this. Like this is the only world that I'm really gonna fucking know. Boring.
Nah, dead ass,
Like
bro.
there's cool stuff here. And don't get me wrong. It's sometimes it's dope, but like beyond. Like
Cause it yawn, which I agree though.
nah, bro. Let's keep it
I
a
agree.
stack. Yawn, bro. It's just boring. It's whack. There's cool stuff, but like, let's go to fucking over see these other planets.
Hell yeah, bro.
See what the fuck's over there. It looks a little cooler.
Hell
And granted,
yeah,
it's only
that's what I
fictional.
would love.
You know, it's fiction. I'm trying to like process it of like the way movies, TV shows, video games, like they kind of exaggerate what the possibilities. But motherfucker, if that is a possibility, why I'm trying to explore that.
Hell
I don't know.
yeah.
It may not. Nothing may be out there that looks anything like that. But if there is one, I'd love to explore that over this bullshit.
Yeah, the space is definitely something I would have loved to explore, which we would never be able to do, but sad.
Sadly.
It literally is sad, bro. But yeah, that's one spot.
Hold on, I gotta check this battery. Oh shit, we're at 29.
Okay,
We're at
man.
29. What is what the fuck? No, I'm not. If you were placed on death row and you get to pick how you get executed, how would you want to go? Anything goes.
Anything goes. Anything?
Anything goes. Well, we put that in all caps.
All right. My first choice would be to OD.
Okay.
If they really show me, yo, you got one way, you can do whatever you want. You want to jump off a building or you want to go out big, we'll take you. You know what I mean? Do what you want to
Okay.
do.
What kind of
But-
drugs would you take?
Coke for sure.
So you just
I'm
you
numbing
would-
shit up and I'm sniffing like a motherfucker.
So you would overdose on coke.
Fuck yeah.
How much cocaine does a person have to do to overdose?
I got no idea, bro.
Hey Siri, how much cocaine does the average person have to do to overdose?
This guy.
Okay, I found this on the web for how much cocaine does the average person have to do to overdose.
Yo, we gotta find out. If you're gonna say that, I gotta know how much.
This fentanyl involved is like one line and you're done.
The minimum dose of cocaine that is considered lethal is 1.2 grams, but if the user is hypersensitive to cocaine and suffer fatal overdose, it is as little as 30 milligrams.
Sheesh.
In some rare cases of remarkably high tolerances, cocaine addicts have reported using 5 grams of cocaine daily, which would prove fatal for most individuals.
I was gonna say I do like 2 grams a week. That shit don't phase me.
Okay. So they say it typically ranges from 30 to 70 milligrams to build up a tolerance of use over time. The minimum and then the considered lethal dosage for a person would be 1.2 grams if they've never had cocaine.
Okay.
And if they're super duper sensitive to like cocaine or whatever in general, whatever the fuck's in it. It can be as little as 30 milligrams, and motherfuckers who have a super high tolerance were able to go up to 5 grams.
Okay. Give me a halfie, bro. And I'm chilling.
I don't know what that means.
Like 14 grams.
14?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, it says hyperactive addicts use 5, and you said 14?
I'm trying to OD, am I not?
I don't think you would even get to fucking like 6, my brother.
Nah, it would take a while to hit. You know what I mean? I think.
No, but
Like I do it
I'm,
constantly. You know what I mean? Like I do it just back to back.
that's bro. If you're doing it back to back, bro, you're like, I don't think. Well, so hold on. So you're telling me like, all right. Let's build this real quick. I just gotta understand. Like,
I'm sniffing until my heart.
Because 14,
is,
I don't even know how much that fucking looks or even could be.
yeah.
So it's like, what would you do? You would just take a tray, and then however the fuck amount it is, you would just do one after the other.
Yeah. I'd probably just break it all up until it's all dust and just, as it's a pile, just get in it. Won't even line it up.
That is a crazy way to go out.
But that's the way I would do it. I ain't choosing no other way.
Just cocaine. It would just solely be cocaine. Okay, I respect it. 14 grams, that's got to be a lot. I got to see how much 14 grams. I got to look that up after this. Because if it's saying motherfuckers, high active user only 5, and you're saying 14, that's a lot.
The more the merrier, brother.
I guess. I've always said shooting squad, firing squad.
Okay.
If you got to go out, bro, you got to go out with a bang. You know
I
what
agree.
So,
I agree.
clear! Bah! You know what I'm
Boom.
saying? Just riddle me. That's how I go
I like
out.
that. I
That's my
respect that
answer.
heavy. Two different, completely
Two
different
completely
answers.
different. I wasn't expecting that one.
But I respect it though.
I'm still thinking, I'm like, in my head, that's got to be a lot.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm there for one reason only.
I couldn't imagine.
And so these, I'm just keep doing it until I can't.
I'm pretty sure fentanyl would kill me and you in a second.
Yeah, for sure. One little bump of that, and we're done. And we're done.
I thought it was a pill. It's a pill, right?
Nah, I think it's powder.
Does
lot of-
does
yeah,
the
'cause
powder
it-
come for a pill?
Probably then, maybe. Because it gets mixed in a lot. It can get mixed into like coke, even bud and shit like that. Like people put it in
into
bud.
weed.
Yeah, a lot of people. Well, back in the day, some few people died from just smoking bud that was laced with fentanyl.
How does a drug get laced?
Street shit.
But like, what is it like? How does it get laced? Like, what is it?
Most likely they just sprinkled all that powder on top of the packages, like in the bud, to give it like, because fentanyl, it's meant to like boost the effects of whatever drug you're using. You know what I mean?
I thought it was a painkiller.
Shit like that. I guess for like specific reasons, but like mainly they use it for drugs is to make the effect more there.
And so they would. So like, okay, I'm trying to imagine.
So
this in my
people
head.
smoking and think they're getting higher, but they're getting higher because they're smoking fentanyl. Next thing you know, they're ODing.
Okay, yeah, but like, so I'm trying to imagine. So like, let's say I had fucking weed, right? And I had fentanyl powder. So they just literally just go, and just.
Basically.
But why? Like, if they're
They're just how fucked up they are. They think it's boosting it up, making it stronger, and making them think they're like, okay, if it's this strong, they'll come back for more. You know what I mean?
that's fucked.
It is.
I didn't know that.
But that's all they're thinking about is just the money. You know what I mean? They don't
Right.
give a fuck about the people that they're selling
Yeah,
to.
but if that shit's killing off your customers, eventually you're gonna kill off your business.
Yeah. But motherfuckers still move that shit.
And you can do fentanyl as like its own separate drug.
Pretty sure, yeah. I mean, you'll die, but yeah. Unless you're like doing it like professionally, like in like hospitals. In hospitals they'll give you
That's
fentanyl if you
crazy.
really need like some really like you said, like a painkiller. They'll give you like fentanyl. You know what I mean? But medically like measured and shit like that, just enough.
So how the fuck, if I can't have a little speck of the ones outside, how can I have a little speck of the one inside?
I got no idea, bro. Well, because the one outside is like just more. You know what I mean? It's not like in the hospital they'll give you a certain amount. They'll give you like 2 milligrams or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the street, you fucking probably smoking 10 with how much powder they put in it. You don't know how much you're smoking.
Well, I've heard that like, are you like you know how like tiny sand is?
Yeah, they say all you
I
need
saw,
is a little.
that little.
some
That's
little
what
thing
that's what I'm
that,
trying to
yeah.
like. That's what I'm like thinking in my head. Like, if I can't have that little amount, how can I have any amount from the hospital?
Bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know how that makes
Unless
sense,
it's
bro.
2 separate fentanyls.
Could be.
That's crazy.
It really is, yeah.
Science, bitch.
It really is, yeah. I agree. It is
Science.
pretty fucking wild, but yeah,
That's from Breaking Bad.
it is. Breaking Bad. That's a badass show, bro.
That is.
Heisenberg.
You watched it fully?
Yeah, I did.
All right, my brother. We're getting close to battery dead here.
All right, one more question and that's it. And we're gonna
Oh.
call it a wrap.
Read it then. I've read every single one. Pick one from the list. Anyone.
Alrighty, my brother. Okay, man.
The phone go green, green. I pick it up and I say yellow.
All right. If you were able to theoretically speaking, if heaven, hell, purgatory, all that were real, what is one that you would want to picture, or what one you would want to see with your own eyes, but not actually live it in there? See it, then you come back. You could pick heaven, hell, purgatory, Valhalla, like anything. You know what I mean? What would you want to pick
To visit?
to see? Yeah.
I'd visit hell, like
Hell?
traditional hell, yeah, to
Yeah.
see if it's as bad as everyone claims.
I was thinking the same thing too. I was thinking purgatory. Cause purgatory is, it's kind of like hell, but it's in hell. You know what I mean? It's kind of it's the trials.
Would I
It's-
not be able to explore that if I'm exploring hell?
Nah, they say it's two different like things.
What is that religion tied to?
Ah, that's a good question,
Or
bro.
belief tied to?
I'm assuming like Christians and shit. I'm assuming. Catholics, I don't know. I think they all
Do
believe
Catholics
in
and Christians believe in the same hell?
I
We may be into deep waters.
yeah, we may be getting a little too deep. You know what I mean? We might have to do a little research and come back on that after. But mine would be purgatory. Yours, you said
Just
hell.
Traditional hell, yeah.
Okay.
See as bad as you can be.
Well then, that was episode 14 of Shooting the Shits. We was literally just shooting the shits, asking questions about scenarios and all that.
It was a little bit of a filler episode as we come back to brainstorm with
For sure.
another idea.
We hope y'all enjoyed. And hopefully y'all can think about little situations as well. And think about it. Get your brain going.
No bullshit.
Think about what would you do in these situations we
What would
talked
you do
about.
if your wife or husband got kidnapped by the cartel?
Exactly. Think about it.
Tell you ain't doing shit.
Nah, on the cartel I be scared. But anyway, that was episode 14, Shooting the Shits. I'm your host, Lil Man. We got
Matthias.
Elias.
Thank you so much for watching. As always, peace, love, and positivity. Peace, love, and positivity. Remember, do not be an asshole.
Deuces.